Hello everyone, we are back. Today is the 13th of May and we are going to be doing our daily recap on Year 6 Oak National Academy. So let's just jump straight into this. So lesson 1 here, you have English here. In this lesson you're going to be identifying features of a set of instructions. So first, of course, you have your introductory quiz. When answering a fact or true question, what information should you take from the text? That would be the exact information from the text to answer the question. If you are answering an inference question that asks for evidence, which of the following should you not do? Make up your answer from what you already know. The word of the day in the previous session was pandemonium. Pandemonium, yes. What word class does it belong to? It would be a noun. What is the primary purpose of a set of instructions? That's to tell the reader how to do something. To call to apply, a set of instructions should include the steps the reader will need to follow and tell the reader what they will need. After that, you'll have your video with Mr. Fozzard. What you're going to be looking at in this video is you're going to have a example set of instructions, and the teacher he will point out structural and grammatical features of the text, and then after that you would have your independent task here where you'll need to use the stuff you've learned in today's lesson. So here you have what you need to do is you need to identify the structural features of this text in task 1 here. So number 1 here would be title, number 2 would be equipment list, number 3 would be introduction, and number 4 would be chronological order, and number 5 would be conclusion. Task 2, label the grammatical features that have been identified in the text on the following slides. So number 1, so here you need to label the grammatical features. So number 1 is subordinate opener, number 2 is semicolon, number 3 is a colon. Number 4 is a fronted adverbial. Number 5 is a subordinate opener. Number 6 is a comma. Commas for because there's a list. Number 7 is second person. Number 8 is another subordinate opener. Number 9 is present tense. Number 10 is a hyphen. Number 11 is second person. 12 is brackets. 13 is second person, and 14 is fronted adverbial. After that, you would need to go mark it. After you would have marked it, you have your exit quiz here. The word of the day for this session is dishevelled. Select all the words below which are synonyms. That will be scruffy, unkempt, and messy. Which of the following words is spelled incorrectly? That's tolerant. What is the main purpose of a set of instructions? That's to tell the reader how to do something. Why is it important to write the steps in chronological order? It's so that the reader knows in the order in which to carry them out. Which of the following are structural features of a set of instructions? Tick all that apply. Title, equipment list, in the chronological order. After that, you would have finished your English, and you would go on to lesson 2, which is going to be foundation, which today is going to be science. So which organisms lived during each era of time? In this lesson, you're going to learn what the fossil record has taught us about the history of organisms that have existed on our planet. We will learn what a geologist is and what they can tell us about the organisms that have lived during each geological era of time. So first, of course, you have your introductory quiz here. What is evolution? Evolution is the process by which living things gradually change over time. What is the name for a group of animals with a back to them? Vertebrates. 5 kingdoms. Which kingdom is labelled 1? That's animals. What is the correct word to complete the gap in this sentence? Individuals that are poorly adapted are less likely to survive. What is the fossil record? It's a collection of fossils found across different ages of rock. After that, you have your video with Mrs. Simpkin here. So what you're going to do in this video is you are going to discuss the different eras of time, geological eras, so back during the dinosaurs and even earlier than that. So and after that, you're going to learn about some of the different organisms that evolved during those times. So then after that, you have your exit quiz here. What is extinction? That's when there are no longer any members of a species alive. What is a geological era? It's a period of time between an extinction event. Which evolved first? That would be plants. Which evolved first? Amphibians. Which geological era did mammals evolve in? That would be Mesozoic. After that, you would have done your foundation, and you just have maths to do. In this lesson, you're going to learn how to describe reflections, and then you're going to reflect shapes on a coordinate grid. So first, you're going to have your introductory quiz here. So describe the translation of point A to point B. And that would be one left, 7 down. After that, you describe the translation of point A to point B. That would be 6 right, 4 up. Describe the translation of the shape from point A to point B. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 right. Describe the translation of the shape from point A to point B. That would be, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 left, 6 up. I'm pretty sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 left, 6 up. Describe the translation from the shape from position A to position B. The answer here would be neither, because this is actually a reflection and not a translation. After this, you have your video with Mrs. Parsons. So what you're going to do in the video is, like I said earlier, you're going to learn how to describe reflections, and then you're going to reflect some shapes on a coordinate grid. After that, you would have your independent task here. The blue triangle is being reflected in the x-axis. Give reasons as to why this statement is incorrect. Well, one of the reasons could be that when you reflect a shape, the shape stays the same, only the coordinates change. But here you can clearly see that this triangle is much bigger than this triangle. Question 2. Reflect the kite in the x-axis. Write the new coordinates of its vertices in the x-axis. So A would be -5, 6. B would be -4, 4. C would be -5, 1. And D would be -6, 4. Question 3. Reflect the trapezium in the x-axis. Write the new coordinates of its new vertices. So A would be 5. Sorry. The A would be 4. The coordinates of A would be 4, -5. B would be 4, -7. D would be 1, -8. And D would be 1, -4. Question 4. Reflect the pentagon in the y-axis. Write the new coordinates of its vertices in the y-axis. So here it would be A would be -8, -7. B would be -7, -5. C would be -5, -4. D would be -7, -3. And E would be -8, -5. Question 4. Question 5, sorry. Triangle B is a reflection of triangle A. Which axes was it reflected in? What are the coordinates of triangle B? So first, it was reflected in the x-axis. And what are the coordinates of triangle B? So here it would be this one. The coordinates of this would be -4, 3. Coordinates of this would be -6, -3. And this one would be -2, -3. After that, you would go and mark it. After you would have marked it, you would have your quiz here, exit quiz. Which axis has the shape been reflected in? That would be in the y-axis. Pentagon M has been reflected in the y-axis. What are the coordinates of vertex E in the reflected shape? So that would be, it would be 9. The answer would be 9, 6. That would be the coordinates of 9, 6 of E, the coordinates. Shape A has been reflected in the y-axis. What are the coordinates of vertex D in the reflected shape? The coordinates of vertex D would be -6, -2. There. The shape is reflected in the y-axis. What are the coordinates of vertex E in the reflected shape? So that would be 4, -6. Wait, what? In the y-axis, the vertex E, the coordinates of in the y-axis. It should be 4, -6. But in case they mean x-axis, I'm gonna say -4, 6. What are the coordinates of shape B reflected in the x-axis? Shape B. So that would be -8, -2. This one, yeah. After that, you would have completed your lesson, and you would have completed the lessons for the 13th of May on Oak National Academy. So, I'll see you, so there's not much else to say, so I guess I'll see you tomorrow, and in the meantime, goodbye and stay safe.